Don't do what I'm doing. Come on, you jerk. Why don't you come out? This is Keo Prince doing more reviews of our own content. Is it padding? Is it because we're not real YouTubers? Or is it because we have actual valuable things to say about our own stupidity? It can be both. This is Corey installing an all-metal hotend on this same Ender that Corey put together. This is your first time watching this video, so this is genuine, legit first reaction to a thing that we were a part of.
The best part, I don't know if your memory's as good.
It's not.
I don't remember recording half of this. So when I do watch, I'm like, wow, I really did that? Hey, let's watch.
Don't do what I'm doing. Come on, you jerk. Why don't you come out? I want to look at you, not the camera. So we're going to do all metal hotend. Look at that. Look at that. Get your dog. Yeah, so basically this is good because on these printers the Bowden tube is PTFE, which is only rated to like 250 Celsius. If you want to print hotter than that or right at that, then this is subject to that heat and kind of breaks down. You want to read that?
No, I don't want to read it.
Perfect. You get one shot to read it. Go.
Polytetrafluoroethylene is a fluoropolymer and is commonly known by its trade name Teflon, rated R.
Polytetrafluoroethylene. You read it better than I did. Polytetrafluoroethylene.
Gotta say it with a cadence.
Polytetrafluoroethylene.
I nailed it.
Is a fluoropolymer. It's Teflon, slippery, because you want your plastic to slip right through there. You don't want any drag on your PTFE tubing, your polytetrafluoroethylene tubing.
Yeah, that was... It rolls off the tongue.
Yeah, I don't know why people call it PTFE. That sounds stupid.
You're so have the confidence.
Wow, I set you up for failure. Really shine the light on myself. Which is only rated to like 250 Celsius. If you want to print hotter than that or right at that, then this is subject to that heat and kind of breaks down. And it might be poisonous, kind of, maybe, when it does that. So usually what you do is all metal hotend, because the PTFE does not extend into your heat break, so it does not get the heat, and that allows you to print hotter. So if we're doing PLA, I could do like 210 maybe is the hottest. PETG, you get right up to 250, and then any other crazy stuff will be hotter. I should also probably say, I said PLA prints at 210, and I made it seem like that's the hottest. The print people are gonna come at me in the comments and be like, I print PLA at 230 all the time.
Flying close to the sun there, eh, bud?
Generally, people print at 210. Some people print at 195 for PLA. Some people print at 230.
Well, like, what's the difference in the heat?
Glad you asked.
Yeah.
The different PLAs, so like Voxel PLA, for instance, not a sponsor, but hit me up. Voxel prints between 190 and 215. So if you print hotter, you can get stringing. So you have to do your settings different so you don't get stringing in between like pauses and stuff. If you print cooler, often you'll get a better quality like surface finish, but the layers aren't bonded as well, so it's maybe not as mechanically strong. And then, but also not always this or that. Sometimes you can print at 230 and have the layers not be very strong because your print speed's too, like, thing's moving too fast. So like, there's a whole lot of things that come into play with like what settings you use in general, but what temperature you print at. But PLA, so people that print at like 230, you can push a lot more filament through quicker. So generally, if you're trying to print fast, you print hotter as well. And a lot of what you do when you're trying to, the limitations you reach when you're trying to print fast is how much flow you can physically get from your setup. So how much heat you can get into the filament as fast as possible. And then continually, as new filament comes in, continually heating that up as fast as possible, because it gets molten, it's gone immediately, it's replaced by cold stuff. So hotter, you can print faster. It's just, there's a bunch of different plastics, and there's an explainer you didn't need.
It's a loaded question.
Ask me the question again.
So why do you need a print?
There's a lot of reasons. Let's do a little bit of this. Ah. Good. Yes. Easy it. Come on. Nice and good. So this is that. I'm gonna do, not you, certainly not you, you. Oh no, we're good. Look at the size of that one. Look at that little guy. Look how silly. Woo! Look at these. Those. Here's a pro tip. Make sure you take this out and push the collar down and pull the PTFE tube out before you spin this nut a whole bunch. Don't do what I'm doing, because that'll ruin your tubing. I've still done it though. That's all. Come on, you jerk. Why don't you come out? Alright, I gotta do it the right way. Turn on the dealio and make sure we don't burn ourselves or anything else. But there. So I'm having trouble pulling the PTFE tube out. And I mentioned you don't want to spin the fitting that the PTFE sticks into, because that's got these 3 or 4 little barbs that stick in. You push the collar down, the barbs retract, put the tube in, lift the collar up, and they stick in. That's what captures the tube and what keeps it in place. When you spin that, those barbs are just cutting a groove in that tube. For some reason, I haven't realized that though.
I remember this part.
Preheat PLA. So that's a pretty good illustration too. And the PTFE tube butts right up to that. So this part gets hot, that part doesn't get as hot, but still gets hot because it's connected to everything, right? And the PTFE tube is right on top of it. So that's why that would get all crusty and nasty and stuff. That's why there's nasty filament wedged in there and everything. This new one, the PTFE tube, doesn't even go past here. It's like nowhere near even trying to get hot. Are you nervous for me because I'm so shaky and this is really hot? The slightest wrong shake and burns for days. Alrighty tighty lefty loosey, they say. Look at that. Look at that. That's hot. Certainly not the most efficient way to do this. Aha!
That's hot.
I like that I put the print there to try and keep the nozzle, which is hot, from just being on the glass bed, which isn't a problem. It's not going to cause an issue, but like, I don't know. Usually if the glass is heated evenly, it's better than if it's just heated in this one little tiny spot. It just drops, completely misses the print that was there to catch it. It's not even close.
I was like, that's the tiniest print we could have put it.
There's loads of stuff. I could have put anything there.
We got this.
Ha! Sucker. Is it still hot? Moderately hot. It's just so dang hot. This is like just the worst way to do any of the things I'm doing. It's for the content, man. Pretty well wedged in there. It's not that hot. I may have overreacted. It's still hot. It's important that you don't use pliers on this, because that's nice and smooth for a reason, and you wouldn't want to do what I'm doing, because you could potentially like mar it up really bad. Like those marks, if they were deeper, that'd be a problem, and maybe they will be a problem. Who knows? What is your deal, dude? Oh, you know what? Try this way. Okay. So there's two thermistors. Now, one thermistor. So this thing heats up the hot end, heat break, whatever, this piece. This one right here is the thermistor that senses how hot everything is. If the thermistor says something's too hot, then it shuts it all down or whatever. So these are like super fragile. Little tiny baby guy.
Small guys.
I like the close-ups because it really accentuates the shakiness. Let's just see how it all goes back together. So I've watched this a lot of times to edit it, and I only just realized that I said there's two thermistors. The big thing's not a thermistor, the big thing's the heating element, and the little thing's the thermistor. As I understand it, a thermistor is just like the probe that measures the temperature, and the heating element provides the heat, which would not fall in the definition of a thermistor. Hit me in the comments for that one. Roast me. You don't even know what a thermistor is, idiot.
Well, like, you got your thermistor, your thermoses.
I was just gonna go there. I lost. I lost on both counts. You beat
all I can think of is
thermistor and thermoses. That was the obvious joke.
Why they don't let me talk in work meetings?
Normally on Zoom, it's like, Corey, you're muted. You need to unmute. Yours is just opposite. Corey, you're unmuted again. Can you mute, please?
Just stop talking.
He's just in there like...
Although my favorite's just someone's talking and just... I think you're muted. And that's how you get out of work meetings.
So... I was so sleepy today at work, like proper, almost falling asleep. I think even though I dozed from 5 to 6, I think like that's made me extra tired because I woke up at 5 instead of 6. Even though it's like
Well, then you go back to sleep for a bit.
And I didn't even.
Game over.
This morning I didn't go back to sleep because I'm just like, I should just get up, and I never do. This morning I just got up. Yeah, I know.
Funny story, I did fall asleep at work today.
Oh, did you?
At that giant meeting, you know,
Oh,
it's just
nice.
like, some people went to the place, and I was like, I'm just gonna go home, watch it on video, and I just fell asleep for the last part of it.
Look how nicely machined all this is, too. Like, yeah, I fell asleep at work. Yeah, look at how cool this little piece is. Look at this, look at how cool it is. I don't care what you said, though, but, like, look at this, right? Isn't that awesome?
Talking to any little kid ever. Yeah, that's cool, but if you see my rock, got it from the playground outside. It's pretty dope.
So this is Microswiss is the company, and they just do like plug and play stuff. So this is a super common upgrade. I don't remember how much. I think maybe it's like $60 or something. It's kind of expensive for a machine that's so cheap, but like, I don't know, 2 years ago it was a better value. Now you got crazy printers like bamboo printers coming out that are like way cheap and do a million more things. What we're doing is not relevant anymore. It's still fun if you're looking to tinker. That's the big thing we keep coming back to with our videos. If you want the printer as a tool that just does the printing and things, this isn't the one. You've just got these crazy printers with incredible capabilities that cost as much as nice versions of these ones, but are way more well featured. It's just a weird time to be into printing. Pop the nozzle in there. I don't want to tighten that quite all the way, because I think the nozzle butts right up against it. So what I'm doing is hand tightening the nozzle, and then I'm going to tighten this guy down so it's butted right up against the nozzle. If you have any of that loose, then the filament will fill the void and it gets all clogged up and stuff. So now we do this little tiny itty bitty little baby set screw. Oh, immediately. Yep. So this will make it so that doesn't come off of there. Nice. I don't want to tighten it all the way quite yet. I guess I do. Yeah, because the other one had some screws going up from the bottom that kind of lined everything up, but this one doesn't do that. So I'll just tighten that down. Holy crap, dude! That was ruthless. This is how steady. I don't know if you can see that. That's kind of steady for me. Well. Also, it's like one of your legs is longer than the other because all your footage is just. It's not even that it's shot like added, it's just like.
It's wonky.
Most of you didn't notice that until I said it. Now you're going to watch the rest of this video. You're going to see it's all tilted and dumb looking.
And you're going to hate them for bringing it up.
Oh, look at that. They got an extra little set screw in there. See, this kit. Such an excellent kit. Everything that you need to do all the things. I think the little lockout collars are even 3D printed for the extra cred. Oh yeah, they're 3D printed. Just for the cred. Just for no reason at all. They're like, yeah, we're a 3D printer company. Thermistor and heater deal. Go in. I definitely put this on upside down though. What did I drop? We're just gonna let that become a problem all on its own.
We'll find out.
Because if that's there, this side needs to be right there. Now, we're on the correct side to pop this guy in there. I just don't know, I don't understand how that's supposed to tighten down. This one doesn't do anything. I was worried. I was like, how did I not encounter this before? And they were loose enough that I didn't get any resistance when I was spinning it. Okay. Another thing to mention, you should probably make sure your printer's off while you do all of this. Make sure there's no power going to the printer for sure. The way they secure this thermistor, so like, super fragile, little tiny itty bitty wires. And it's just like, let's just smash a screw in there. And it'll kind of hold them in place. And sort of hope for the best. If you're doing this part and you got really shaky hands or something, if that was ever a possibility, like, or if you screw it down too tight, like there goes your thermistor, your printer don't work anymore, you gotta replace it.
Good luck.
Yeah. Try pushing on that tube. Dude, the redemption. Are we gonna get this fitting off of the tube? Do you remember if we do or don't? So the options are, the fitting comes off the tube, or we just cut the tube.
I thought we got it off.
Because if we cut it, there'd still be enough length. It snaps in.
Because it's not going as far. Probably cut it, but I think we get it off. We get that redemption.
It's really wedged in there. Why are you like this? Oh, you know why it's like that? It's because I spun it so much. Now there's a groove there. Sick. Yeah, look at all that.
You did it. There we go.
That's what happens.
Groovy.
It was like a canyon, dude. Yeah. And this is a brand new printer. We've printed like 1 or 2 times on it. That tube's brand new. We just put it together, I don't know, weeks before this. Not even. Maybe the week before. It's had a print. Less than an hour of print time on it, probably. Much more tinker time on it and stupid people messing with it time, but in terms of print time, barely used.
Destroyed.
In like new car terms, it's driven around the dealership lot. But it hasn't even been sold.
Yeah, but every time it was just mad doughy around the lot.
It was driven by the young kids.
Just banging gear.
The young kids that just wash the vehicles and stuff. It's got 4 miles on it, but they've had a hard
Some good
It
miles.
was a tough time. That's what happens.
Groovy.
Nice. So now, instead of that, so look at that. That's a pretty good indication of how far into the hot end it went. Because that was where, that was the top of it, right? And that's where that connection was. It went that far in towards the heat. Whereas this one, that's it. That's all the further it goes in. That much further away from the heat. We're gonna see how long this goes. Just all stupid like that. This is the part I often forget until after the printer's put together. I'm gonna point that out. I did a thing preemptively in the correct order. I put the fitting lockout collar piece on the thing before I put all the other stuff together. Normally I forget it, and normally it just stays off.
So, the tiny little one, the little red guy.
That little red one. That just keeps the collar from pushing down, and
I'd immediately forget that.
I always forget it. And not this time, so not always, I guess. How long is the video so far? Have we made it to 15 minutes yet?
16, baby.
Trying to beat the 15-minute point, but not trying too hard. I did put things on backwards like a goober. Get you routed in there if you'd like. Man, sent it too, man. Where's my little one? You know what I want. Alright, so that's reassembly done. Yeah, now we're gonna do bed leveling, I guess. Alright, this one wasn't even a watch Corey struggle video. It was watch me struggle. Again, as is tradition, we didn't use instructions, and it's a kit that I've done before, and still I'm putting things on backwards, being an idiot. Boy, this was disjointed. This is the right kind of disjointed. That's exactly what we need. Our brand is our stupidity. This one, there is an adequate amount, an average amount of doing it wrong. There's always going to be that. Make sure you don't do all the things that I was doing that I said not to do. You can hurt yourself. Be supervised where you need to be supervised. Know your limits, or understand how you can get hurt doing these things. Even something as mundane as this hot end can electrocute you, or melt your skin, or minorly bite you. How about that? Bringing it back to serious.
Safety tips.
Safety tips.
Took all the fun out of it, out of all of it.
I did. I sucked all the energy out of the room. Bye.
Bye.